applies. And could Antonio Brown make Russ a very happy man? Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright, the birthday boy, Brandon Marshall. Kevin Wilds on a Tuesday morning. Happy birthday, Brandon. AB out west. You like it?
Thank you.
Got a nice ring to it.
I love it. I love it. This is the perfect match for AB. They play recreational football. They like to go out their backyard, just throw it up. I love it. I love it. Let's see it happen.
Beautiful. Now let's see if Pete Carroll likes it. All right, we'll get to that. We got to start up in New England. The narrative with this team, well, you got Belichick spend a bunch of money on a bunch of weapons, and the thinking remains it is mostly, if not all, predicated on which Cam Newton we're going to see next season. The one we saw last season, not going to cut it. But newly signed receiver Kendrick Bourne says he is confident we're going to see more old Cam than new Cam. Take a listen.
I believe in Cam Newton. At the end of the day, I didn't go looking around who's the starting quarterback here. The NFL is NFL. I believe everybody's good. I just think it takes that right place, right time, right coaching and stuff like that. So New England know what they're doing. They picked Cam for a reason. They believe in him. One year deal, it is what it is. All it takes is 1 year to become who you want to be. And I think he has another opportunity, and that's all that matters. So I think he's going to ball out, with the weapons they brought in, the help now. And, it was just one of those rebuilding years that they went through and stuff like that. And he was a part of it. So people may say he not looked this good. He looked bad or whatever it may be. But now he has some help and they know what they're putting around him, which is awesome. So I just want to be a part of, 5 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns for me and change the narrative.
Let's go.
I love it. I like the attitude. Glass is half full for Bourne. Hey, Brandon, you buying Kendrick Bourne's comments that Cam's going to, quote, ball out this coming season with all those weapons Belichick brought in?
Well, first off, Kendrick Bourne is absolutely wrong. Not everybody in the NFL is good. When you step in that locker room for the very first time, you're absolutely shocked. You're like, oh, my goodness, this guy made it to the NFL. It is one of those moments that everybody has. I'm sorry, but Kendrick Bourne, not everybody in the NFL is good. Now, I'm all in on the Patriots. I said it last week. I think it was Friday. I said it with a lot of confidence. I said it with a lot of swagger. I think this team is going to be really good, which means Cam Newton's going to be really good. Now, ball out? What does ball out mean? When you say ball out, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about Russell Wilson. We're even talking about Kyler Murray for the first 3 quarters of the season last year. I don't think that's what we're going to see out of Cam Newton. We're not going to see 5,000 yards. We're not going to see even 4,000 yards. If you want to go and open up his stats and his stat book, and you want to find 4,000 yards, you got to go to 2011, his rookie year. That's not Cam Newton. What Cam Newton's going to give you, Cam Newton's going to give you a lot of firepower on the ground. Cam Newton's going to give you right around 3,200, 3,500 yards in the air, 20 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's Cam Newton. He brings the energy to the building. He brings a confidence and a swagger that everybody can feed off of. And now, Kendrick Bourne, what you're saying, now you surround Cam Newton with the firepower that he needs. Tight ends, wide receivers, offensive linemen. They bring back Big Brown in. Hopefully he get back. You got Matt Patricia back in the building. Oh, don't forget about the little boy wonder, Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator, Nick. He's still there. Did we forget how great of a coach he is? Bill Belichick. I absolutely love this football team. Now, ball out, it's a totally different conversation. He will have a really good year. The Patriots have a really good year, but definitely not ball out.
Well, I think they would sign up for everything you just described. And let me ask resident Patriot fan. Right now, Kevin Wilds, if you could lock this in, 3,200 yards, that's 200 a game. 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's Cam Newton's end-of-season stat line. As a Patriot fan, it'll be no better. You'd lock that in immediately.
100%.
Which is instructive to where we are at. And I do think they would love to lock that in. Because here, listen, you guys, there's no secrets about this. Cam's one of my favorite athletes ever. I've probably lost, a half semester college tuition betting on Cam in my life, and at some point that's going to come around in my direction. But the reality is this, Wilds. If Cam doesn't bounce back, then for the second straight year, the Patriots will have the worst quarterback situation in the NFL. Doesn't mean you're the worst quarterback in the NFL, but the worst quarterback situation. Because the other teams that were, near the bottom of the rankings in the NFL in passing yards either have a young quarterback on the roster or a draft pick this year to go get one. The Patriots, because of the coaching, because of the weakness of their schedule last year, and because of, they're the Patriots, they're not going to ever go 3-13. Like I don't think you could be worse than you were last year. And last year, you almost won half your games. So what you can't have is a do-over or a redo of last season, I should say. Where, by the way, because of the increased talent, that might be worth 9 wins. That might sneak you into the playoffs. But that if Cam does not look markedly better, then the Patriots are drawing dead with no obvious route out of it. So when Cam did that IG post, Wilds, and said, I know what everyone's saying, oh, the Patriots are reloaded, but what about Cam? That is what everyone is saying. The Patriots did go out and spend, but what about Cam? Kendrick, Bourne is optimistic. Brandon's optimistic. I know you're optimistic. I'll consider myself cautiously optimistic because some of the film last year was flat ugly, and we got to see if he can remove that from his game.
See, I think Cam is cautiously optimistic. When we talk about the other quarterbacks in the league, we saw Russell Wilson in The Athletic said, I'm trying to chase Tom Brady. I'm trying to chase Joe Montana. I'm trying to chase legends. Remember last year, Kyler's like, yeah, I think I'm the best quarterback. You have to believe in that. And what did Cam say on the I Am Athlete podcast, which is wonderful, by the way? I'm not the 32nd best quarterback in the league. I belong in the league. Like, all right, I guess that's a vote of confidence. So I don't think he needs to ball out. I think he just needs to play efficient football because we won games like that. Look, 12 for 19, 69 yards, 1. 9 for 18, 84 yards, 1. 5 for 10, 34 yards. Lost to the Bills and Cam got benched. So with more weapons, we hope that last one doesn't happen that often. But Brandon, like you were saying, the one thing that I am worried about, and I don't know if we have the clip here, where I live on the corner of Optimism Street and Reality Avenue, as much optimism as I have, we still saw throws like this that are just hard for me to get over. This is an open throw. It's just, what do you want me to do with that, Brandon? I can't chalk that up to bad luck because it happened more than one time. So do you think this is why when he was on the podcast, it's like, Brandon, he asked him if his arm is okay. So I'm still a little bit nervous about this.
I mean, well, you got to show me more. And obviously there are more because we all watched it. But right now, the biggest question mark surrounding Cam Newton is this right here. Is his arm okay? Can he throw the ball? I have to believe that Cam Newton is going to be better. Why? Because now he's going back and working out with George Whitfield. Go on his Instagram. You can see it. He's working on the fundamentals, and that's what throwing's about. You can't tell me Cam Newton in year 10